how did you leave the Netherlands for Egypt?
I came in Egypt maybe the first time in 1989. Kind of really fell in love with the country and the way of living of the Egyptian people. I also like in Egypt, the country gives you a lot of challenges. Egypt, you're never really bored. Every day something else is happening. And when you go around in Egypt, on the roads, in the countryside, to me it's like an open cinema, what you see around you. And even after now, say, 28 years that I've been here, it's still the case.
Do you speak Arabic?
Not as good as I should.
So you just left the Netherlands for Egypt, you said. It's been like 28 years you're living here. And then I'm just wondering, because it's, you know, like it's a big transition from the Netherlands to Egypt. I wonder if I can see, or if you can tell me about the difference between both cultures, or living in the Netherlands and living here, because you lived for a long time in both countries. So.
When I left Holland, coming from Amsterdam, they really all warned me. They said, how can you go from such a liberal city like Amsterdam and you go and live in Egypt? But I never had really a problem with the cultural differences. I had more a problem with the dust and the cleaning, and that never stopped, you know, and the daily challenges that you have to overcome. Which people take for granted in Holland, that you have just power, electricity works, and here you have power cuts, and one day you have water, and the next day you don't have water. And you know, there's a lot of things to learn and to adapt. And you do so, and it's very interesting because you become very creative, you become very adaptable to things that come from outside as a surprise. And this is how the Egyptians also are. They always kind of find a solution to something. They're never really stuck. I met a Swiss chef here, Chef Marcus, and he wanted to establish the Egyptian Chef Association, and that's how I got more into the hospitality industry. And we concentrate on educating chefs, giving them the opportunity to learn. And myself, I'm more also on the management and the service side, and doing training in that. And this is how we came about also the Ibis Restaurant and Cooking School.
Yeah, I would just love to know a little bit more about the restaurant, because as I understood, you're teaching cooking here. It's like a cooking school plus restaurant. So what are you doing exactly here? What are you?
Here we do at Ibis Restaurant and Cooking School. We combine the two. Because in Fayoum, in general, the clientele, the business is very much concentrated on the weekends of people who come from Cairo to enjoy the peace and the nature and to be outside the city. And then during the week when the people are working, there's less business here, of course. And so we use that time during the week to train the local people of Fayoum the skills of cooking. So they have more opportunity to find work in their life, you know, because in Egypt there's so many hotels, there's so many restaurants. Basically, if you become a chef, you're never really unemployed.
But from what we understood, it's like you're not really doing it for money, right? Is there any other reasons that you're doing this?
No, we don't really. The restaurant is the commercial part of the project, and the cooking school is more the community development part of the project.
هلا معنا محمد بدوي، واحد من الطلاب اللي كانوا بيتعلموا بالإبس كوكينج سكول او مدرسه الطبخ تبع إبس، وراح يحكي لنا تجربته في المدرسه وكيف بدا وشو بيعمل هلا. فمحمد خبرنا كيف انت يعني كيف اجتك الفكره انك تنضم للمدرسه، وكم كان الفلوس والمده انك تعلمت انك تطبخ.
هي الفكره ان جت انا كنت شغال في البار، وبعدين حبيت المطبخ وكده، فبعدين اشتغلت في السلطات على جاردن جي. بعدين حبيت الفكره اكتر، فعشان اخش في الكورس جوه في الاكل وكده.
يعني انت بدأت هنا كنت في المطعم بالاول
في البار
في نفس المكان
في نفس المكان.
ايوه.
فبعدين الشيف ماركوس قال انا هدي كورس لتونس والشباب اللي هنا عشان هم حابين الايه الفكره الطبخ وكده. فبعدين انا عجبتني الفكره، فقلت انا اخش في المدرسه. اول واحد كنت متطوع فيها، فلقيت ناس معايا كتير لقيت ناس كتير. كان الدفع 3000 جنيه بس، يعني ده مش حاجه بالنسبه لي،
مبلغ رمزي يعني.
فبس ده كويس، انا اتعلمت وبقيت شيف دلوقتي بشتغل في المين كورس. وبشتغل في اي مطعم يعني تاني دلوقتي. هي بتاخد وقت كتير بس احنا خدناها في 3 شهور.
ما شاء
بس
الله 3 شهور بتصير طباخ.
3 شهور بتصير شيف.
طيب انت ايش انواع الاكل اللي بتعمله؟
انا بعمل ايطالي.
شو طموحك يعني بعد؟
يعني طموحي ابقى زي الشيف ماركوس.
ما شاء الله. طيب احكي لنا شوي عن الشيف ماركوس بما انه
الشيف ماركوس يعني
قدوة.
قدوة حسن كل الشباب اللي في مصر، الشيفات اللي في مصر. هو فاتح جمعية تطوير المصريين، جمعية تطوير المصريين، ويعني ما انشأ شيفات كتير.